there were two issues. Firstly, individual choice and the role of the state, and secondly, what's best for the children. On the question of the role of the state and individual choice, we recognised from the outset that individual choice is seated in situations of demonstrable individual harm and for the purposes of social cohesion. We talked at length about the individual harms that are associated with homeschooling, both in terms of education, in terms of knowledge and breadth, and also in terms of interpersonal skills. The basic value that was advocated on the other side of the house was this idea that parents have a right to inculcate children with their values. We had two responses to that point. Firstly, we said that that was necessarily a lower order right, that it was more important for children to have basic skills and interpersonal skills so that they can self-actualise in terms of their life. But secondly, we pointed out that that failed to engage with the proposition that education doesn't exclude parents from inculcating those values outside of regular hours in a classroom. It doesn't deny them that right that they saw as so valuable. There was a second level to this analysis, and that was that children will be torn, because they'll be exposed to something at home and then exposed to something in the classroom, and that will result in some terrible internal conflict. Matt convincingly pointed out that this kind of conflict is healthy in developing religious values, that it shows children the significance of their religion and why it differentiates them from others and leads to a more healthy value fundamentally. So on the second question of what was best for the children, the next case was premised on basically three assumptions. Firstly, the idea that children aren't denied access to opportunities, right? So they said at the beginning of the case that it's really good that parents can specialise and tailor their education. And that was kind of built on this premise that Victor said, that effectively children at age 5 are capable of deciding what they want to do. We said that was unlikely to be the case, and that the state is in a much better position because they have access to information and they understand the connection between education and employment and the skills that are needed. The second premise was the idea that parents are better placed to understand the needs of their children and educate them according to those needs. And we said that this wasn't necessarily the case, that one of the great values in education in a public system or a private system is the degree of objectivity and accountability that that brings. That you can't effectively tailor an education to a child when you don't place that child in a context with their classmates and in a context within society. We said that education needed objectivity, and that was fundamentally at the core of education. And thirdly, the premise that state schools were ineffective for a number of children. Now, there were basically three areas of clash here. The first was the idea that services weren't available. What we said in response to this was that it was largely empirically false. We said that services existed for these children, that states were capable of modifying services. But more importantly, if their problem was access to services, we said, and this was underpinned by Cam's analysis, that if you pull these children out of state schools, that reduces services for everyone. On the second area of clash, there was an idea of equality. We said that it's necessarily better at state schools for reasons of accountability. And we also said that quality is improved when parents go into that classroom. Ravi wanted to assert that parents would feel under attack and disengaged from the school system. But we said that if the parents are really that concerned with children's development, that was unlikely to happen. And it also ignored the analysis that we provided about how parents can supplement equality by educating children outside of the classroom. But finally, on this idea of interpersonal skills, which was the last area of the ineffectiveness of state schools, this was underpinned by a glib assertion that bullying is harmful. We said that bullying was important, that it's better for a child to be bullied at 5 in a social context where they can develop resilience than to be shielded away until age 28 and then have to respond to bullying when they go out into society. At the end of this debate, we showed